All right, let's talk about a wellness practice that you've probably seen everywhere online. Morning affirmations. Is it really possible to rewire your brain for a better day? Well, today, we're going to deconstruct what they are, how they claim to work, and what they're trying to do, all based on a popular guided affirmation video. Let's get into it.
First things first, just a quick question for you. When you wake up, what is that very first thought that pops into your head? Are you excited for the day, or is it, that familiar sense of dread or anxiety? Maybe just a big, ugh. That initial inner voice can really set the entire tone for your day.
But what if you could actually write the script for that first thought? That's really the core idea behind the tool we're looking at today. According to our source, positive morning affirmations are a way to take direct control of that internal story right from the moment you open your eyes.
So, what are we really talking about here? Our source doesn't frame this as just wishful thinking. Nope, it's positioned as a deliberate tool, one that's designed to help you connect with your own inner power.
Now, listen closely to the words being used here. The source gets very specific with this powerful phrase, reprogram our minds. This suggests it's not just about thinking happy thoughts. It's an active, intentional process to fundamentally change your default mental state to one of bright, beautiful energy.
That word, reprogramming, brings up the big question, right? How is this supposed to work? Let's dive into the theory behind the practice, according to our source material.
So, here's the theory in a nutshell. The idea is that through repeated listening and reciting, that's step one, you're doing more than just a mental exercise. The claim is that you are actively creating new neural pathways in your brain, which you see in step two. You can kind of think of it like forging a new path in a forest. The more you use it, the clearer and easier that path becomes. And eventually, it forms a brand new positive thought pattern. Meanwhile, that old negative path, it just gets overgrown.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how. Now, what about the actual practical application? How do you take this theory and make it a real routine? Well, according to the source, this isn't some quick fix. It's a dedicated practice that really requires consistency.
And here it is, the magic number 21. 21 days. This is the time frame you hear about all the time for forming new habits, right? It's seen as the benchmark for a new behavior to start feeling second nature. The commitment is to do this for 3 weeks straight to really let the practice take hold.
So, how do you make those 21 days actually count? The instructions are pretty simple. First, you have to make it a non-negotiable part of your morning, just like brushing your teeth. Second, you've got to actively participate, either by repeating the affirmations in your head or, even better, saying them out loud. The key is that it's not just passive listening, it's active engagement. All right, so let's get into the actual content. What do these powerful positive statements even sound like? We've pulled a few key examples straight from our source so you can get a real feel for them.
This first one is all about self-reliance and inner strength. Notice how it puts the source of power inside you. It's not saying, I will get what I need. It's saying, I already have everything I need within me, right here, right now.
Now, this one's really interesting because of that powerful verb, I choose. It reframes joy from being this passive emotion that just happens to you to a conscious decision you can actively make. It's all about taking agency over your own emotional state.
And this third example brings in another huge theme, gratitude. The whole point here is to shift your mindset away from scarcity, away from what you don't have, and toward abundance, recognizing and being thankful for what's already here and what's on its way.
Okay, so you commit to this for 21 days. You're saying the words, you're doing the work, but what's the end goal? What is the transformation this practice is supposed to create in your life? This right here is the core transformation it's aiming for. On the left, that's the starting point, that tangled web of automatic negative thoughts. And on the right, that's the goal. According to the source, we're not just talking about feeling a little bit better, we're talking about creating real, noticeable changes in your mood and your energy every single day.
And this is the ultimate prize. The language is pretty aspirational, you can tell. It's about more than just feeling good. It's about reaching a state of genuine peace and balance, which then allows you to operate as what the source calls your highest self.
So there you have it. That's our deconstruction of the practice of morning affirmations. When you boil it all down, it comes back to one simple idea. The story we tell ourselves really, really matters, especially the one we start our day with. So that leaves us with one final question to think about. What story are you going to tell yourself tomorrow morning?